Y'all, welcome to Girlapeutic. It's your home of therapeutic girl talk. Okay, today, y'all, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
It needs to be talked about.
So, how are we feeling about if you're in a relationship with a man? Are we expecting them to pay our rent? Like, just off gate, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like a deal breaker. Like, he's not paying my rent, that's not the one for me kind of situation.
No.
Is he obligated?
That's not a
to pay
deal
the
breaker.
rent? Is he obligated?
How are you obligated to pay my rent? You don't live here. That don't make sense.
I'm glad you brought it up because that was going to be another thing I forgot to add initially. If it wasn't already stated, we're not living together. You just need to pay my rent kind of thing.
It's like your duty in the relationship as far as like taking care of me.
Mm-hmm. It's paying my rent.
It's very much using that person, in my opinion.
Who raised
them?
Hey, look, this came up because it's actually the video that I had saw. Multiple women were like, absolutely, and then multiple women were like, absolutely not. I guess my question is, because it's a no for me. No. Why do we feel like that? Why is that a standard? Is it because of gender roles? And I was trying to pull out an explanation for it, and I couldn't really grasp it because we're not married. Quite frankly, I mean, at this point, if you ain't married, you're technically single. You're working towards being married. But why would I feel like my man have to pay my rent if we're just dating, or that's my boyfriend and he got his own bills and rent he probably got to pay too? It just wasn't sitting with me. I was trying to understand it, and it was a deal breaker. So it's like,
I saw this meme before, and I'm gonna read y'all what the brother said. Okay, the brother said, "Until I put a ring on your finger, your financial burden remains entirely your responsibility, not mine." He says, "Any help I render is from the good of my heart. It was never, and isn't, you're right. It's not an obligation for me, okay?" And some women, he says, some women think because they look good, that men owe them money.
It's giving prostitution at that point.
Yeah, and that's the difference. Like he said, it's out of the goodness of my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you feel like they're responsible of taking care of you? Like, why do you feel like this? Because to me, it's given, I need you to raise me. Because that's what my mother and my
dad
father
did. Exactly.
Like, they took care of me. I don't want my significant, even when we married, and I think that's just how my parents raised me, I don't want to feel like I'm being taken care of. And I don't know if that's just me and like maybe my pride, but I don't want to feel like that. Like, I don't want to feel like I need you to be here to survive.
I think sometimes women focus on the wrong things as it relates to what it truly means for a man to be a man in context of dating a woman, because just because a man is taking care of you doesn't make him like that. That's not all to a man, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like women consider paying rent, paying the bills, making me a housewife. Well, I don't have to lift a finger. That's what makes him a man. That's what makes him my man. That's what makes him appealing to me, when there's so much more to a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be getting all that and not getting your emotional needs fed, or whatever the case may be, like, all because you're focused on him paying your bills.
And especially in the dating stage, like, of course,
especially in the dating stage,
you want that man to be able to provide, but I don't want you to be the only one who can provide in this relationship. I should be able to take care of myself, especially as if I'm single.
Baby, if something was to go wrong, you homeless. What? I'm not putting that type of power in no man's hand, okay? Except my heavenly Father.
Yeah.
Because what? Not me being homeless because you decided to get mad and you ain't paying my rent no more and I ain't got no job. Not you unable to pay my car.
But what if it's that she's not and she's able to pay it, but she just feels like if I'm in a relationship with you, then that's
your duty.
Your duty,
That's
your contribution.
wrong.
I know it happens, but the average man ain't doing it. I mean, unless it's like some type of sugar baby, sugar daddy type of situation, you know. I don't think we.
What?
I don't think we.
Girl, yes they do.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, not saying that I know that because it's happened to me. But I've seen.
They'll be willing to.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? And there are
Yeah.
some men who don't have that mindset, so they'll just take that. Because there are women out there who take advantage of that. Come on now.
Teach us
Take advantage of that.
It ain't right.
It's not right at
It
all.
ain't right. But
they do it. And our men be falling for the okie doke. They do. We don't like to say it. I mean, really, to be honest, I mean, it can happen to anybody.
yeah.
Look at
Well,
that.
I think the key word is obligated.
Yeah, I think that
you're
conversation is kind of absurd. I've seen actually I've seen it in passing in my stories from different people on Instagram, and people who agree with that notion that, you know, you should be able to, you know, contribute to a bill or whatever. Like, if we're dating and you can't help with this, then we need not to be dating. And I don't think that that's a fair expectation. Like the dude said, those are conversations that we may have when that we have once we've reached a certain point of marriage. But anything that I do for you prior to that
It's because you're being nice.
because it's out of the kindness of my heart. It's because I may value this relationship. Now, I do think that there are ways for that person to show you that they value the relationship. And I think oftentimes men, I don't want to generalize that, because that's not true. Go ahead, somebody.
It's not an obligation.
It's not an obligation.
It's not an obligation.
Because we'll be mad. It's the same. I mean, it's not okay. It's the same situation like if a man takes you out on a date and then, hey, can I come in? And women get mad about that because sometimes men feel obligated to something because they did this for you.
Very
So then
transactional.
you put that obligation on them because we're in a relationship. You need to do this or else we're not going to be in this relationship. You can't do that. And why would you want that from somebody? Because like you said, if you pull that rug from up underneath me, I'm stuck.
But that person could have their own. It's just an expectation. Everybody who's asking of that is not somebody who's broke and needs someone to do that. Some women just feel like, okay, well, since you here,
Go ahead and do
go
that.
help.
And I don't think that is necessarily fair on the brothers. It's
I
not
don't
an
think so
obligation. You're not obligated to pay no the rent
Now,
as a condition of being with you. Like, I'm not
I don't
really
know if
feeling
maybe
that.
those women were raised like that or that's something that they picked up because we weren't raised like that.
I'll even take one step further. Okay. My dad.
It's the concern on your face.
Yeah, because I used to get I've been in a relationship where the person would help every now and then, but it took a lot for me to even accept that.
Exactly.
I had to get to a point to where I'm like, okay, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But because to me, if I'm struggling, Jesus, you know what's going on in this
And I think that's what it is.
You fix this.
You said it because
And then that person may want you to be like, hey, no, if you need it, like, just let me know. I can help you. But I didn't like that because I'm like, Jesus, you see what's going on. So
my dad was the provider. Okay, my mom had her own, but he wouldn't even allow my mom to pay the rent because he felt like as a man that was his job. It wasn't necessarily my mom was.
What your mama got on her finger?
Oh, and obviously, you know, but
so
like me being me. As I got older, even seeing my dad model that type of relationship, I was like,
that's true.
No. I'm still it's very much independent because it's very much, we can go in on the rent or the mortgage because I just couldn't put my entire, I guess, finances or whatever you want to call it in a man's hand.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with that. I disagree. I don't think that is the correct way to go into, especially a marriage.
Well, not necessarily that I wouldn't let him.
No, I'm saying just the fact of yes, have independence,
Mm-hmm.
of course, 100%. But it almost sounds like the still like protecting myself against
It's
this
something-
person.
So you're not.
Why are you
completely
with
letting-
that person if you can't like give completely to
You
to
better.
them?
You better. Give
And
us
it's not
wisdom.
just one-sided.
Yeah.
This is both of us giving to each other.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So what once was mine and
It's
yours
now ours.
is
Yeah.
ours, right?
Yeah.
I still may have my pot.
Mm-hmm.
You may still have your pot, but if we're together, why wouldn't we look at it as ours?
And I
Yeah.
think it is, but I'm saying in a sense of like not being married.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a different conversation. But when you were saying, even with like your parents,
Yeah.
that portion
That was
of
okay.
him wanting to do that for his wife, I don't see an issue.
There's no issue with that.
if you want to
No.
do that.
Yeah.
But I want you, and that's what I'm saying. I think for me, it's pride because I want you to know I can do it.
Then
You
I
know?
think that's what it was. That's why I was
Yeah.
saying, even in my parents modeling that, I still came out. Obviously not when I'm married, but I still came out very, very highly independent.
Mhm.
Like
yeah, definitely.
it almost to like, are you sure you was raised in that household? Because it's
Okay,
like
I see where you-
to a point to where like I wouldn't even ask my dad for stuff sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like only because I felt, and like you said, it may be a pride thing. I felt like, well, if nobody else got me, I got me, and I know I can do it the way I want it to be done if I do it. Type of situation.
And if I got myself in there, so I get myself
give
out.
Well, see, my feedback is really from
As a single.
personal experience though, because I came in modeling behavior that I saw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was raised by a woman who was doing it all. So I ain't never seen nobody take care of her. I seen her hustle through it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like she's gonna make ends meet, and if they don't meet, she gonna stretch both of those ends
out to Mama
to
D.
the fullest. Shout out to my mother.
Shout out to
but I
Mama
saw
D.
it being a one-woman show completely.
Yeah.
So although I didn't have to have that same strength, I came in with it.
Yeah.
Because all I know is independence, and I see that independence to the max. Because I don't know what anything else look like.
Right.
So I say that when it comes to just like merging, because there were times in the relationship where you do have, or I did find myself like,
Yeah,
okay,
kinda
sure.
cringing.
yeah, like,
Ugh.
but I think it comes down to also trusting who you're with.
Yeah, that's the big part.
Because
I-
one, I don't want you
yeah.
slapping me in the face with it.
I'll pay the rent.
And you,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if we're dating and you did something nice to me and then you're gonna slap me with it later.
Yeah.
As far as, you know,
This the thanks I get.
oh
after
yeah,
that?
you remember that one time? Hold that.
Because
Stop
why
that.
did you do it?
Exactly.
If it wasn't really
If it's not
just
genuine.
Yeah, no.
But I
Yeah.
think relationships should go both ways. That's like women who just expect for their men to take them out on a date. Why not take your man on a date sometimes?
Period. Take your man out. Pay for his son.
Like we want equity. And
Yeah.
Like
And I think when you
you want these-
genuinely /love somebody, you want to do those things for them.
Yeah.
And I think we, coming from women who are very independent, once we do get with somebody who wants to show us that type of affection,
It takes
we
a
have to
minute.
let them. Because it does.
Yeah, it can. It's
It
hard.
definitely takes an adjustment,
And I'll
and it
be
catches
tight
us off guard.
Yeah, like,
you know,
okay.
all right, go ahead then. But,
Yeah, I think it's more to say about
Trusting
that
Yeah.
person and what they're doing, because yeah,
I
Yeah.
agree.
that's not an easy. It's not easy when you, especially when you're talking about finances and things pertaining to that. That's such
Yeah.
a sensitive
it is.
Yes.
topic, and like, oh, why you want to be involved in all of that, or like, you know, why do you want to help? Because nobody wants to feel like they're being saved per se.
Oh my gosh. Right.
So, I think it calls for a different vulnerability, but I don't think it's like an expectation or obligation that should be had. I just think it comes with that person showing you that, hey, like, I'm serious about this, and like, you don't have to do certain things alone. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's how I want to help.
absolutely, and
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful right there.
You and I am here with you.
Oh, I miss him
Okay,
so
Michael.
much.
Though you're far apart.
I thought it was a part you always in my heart.
That's why.
Oh, there's a second line.
That's why I ain't start singing.
Though you're far away. I'm always here to stay. You were not alone. You're not alone.
I was gonna get to that.
He got to it in that red shirt.
Anyway,
But
in the empty set. Okay.
Baby,
Yeah, what happened?
then they took that shirt. Okay.
I was just going to, like, to your point, that trust, I think that's the key factor. Because you really do have to be vulnerable
I think that's
to
the
even,
key factor.
even be like, okay,
trust.
I guess you can help me out on this one.
Yeah, because isn't that a part of also being emotionally available to someone?
Yeah.
Because you're giving them full access to you.
Yeah.
And if I see this going somewhere, I should be willing to do that. So
Yeah.
Factual. That's actual and factual.
At this point,
all right, listen. Drop down in the comments. Let us know what you it's a karaoke. Let us know what you think about this topic. Listen, drop a money sign or money bag or something like that if you feel like your man should be paying the bills. If you feel like we feel and you feel like it shouldn't be an obligation, I mean, also let us know there too, okay? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Share us with your friends because sharing is caring, and they need girl talk too. Hello.
Okay.
And we will see y'all in the next video.
Bye.
Oh yeah, so like my whole thing is I don't want to be taken care of,
Shorty.
and it's a situation where like you are in a relationship or you get married to somebody and they're like, I don't want you to work, so now I'm depending on you to take care of me. That's what I mean. Like, I don't want you to take care of me because I can't take care of myself, because you've kind of put this stipulation because you think that's what a man is. I'm supposed to take care of my woman. Like, that don't mean that I can't do what I... No, don't. Because I don't want you to... I don't want to be a burden. And I don't want to feel like somebody is raising me again. Like, you're not my father. You're my husband. So I don't expect for it to be like... When I growing up, obviously your parents take care of every single thing. You have no responsibility. Maybe go clean up, do some chores, but nothing really. Which is basically
that's the same thing.
That's the same thing. If it's like, I don't want you to work,
I get you.
but clean, cook, do this, that, and the other. I have chores,
Baby, I ain't got no more toothpaste.
and my reward is this.
It's an allowance for me.
Yeah.
Oh, I could never.
No, like that's not, and I don't even think that's healthy for a woman, especially if that's not her choice. If it's not her choice that she wants to stay home and just raise the kids or do, because there's nothing wrong with that. That's a hard job, but not because somebody forced me into it.
Absolutely.
It's because I wanted to take this time to spend with my kids.
Y'all remember that Madea movie with
Which one?
the one with what's her name? Kimberly Elise.
Oh, when he dragged her out that house.
Yes, ma'am. That one. The rags. And
Because she was being taken care
she
of.
was being taken care of, and he was
And then- and
abusive.
she
And she
sign
didn't
a
know
prenup.
anything about the finances.
No.
Nothing.
Not a single thing.
He
Watch
said,
that.
"Get up. You gonna get up."
They dragged him out that house. And
And
then she had an attitude with Shamar.
with the Shamar.
Listen, I'm doing my job, and I'm trying to help you
I'm
out.
trying to help you out.
Because that's what'll happen. You take it out on a good man.
On a
Shamar
good brother.
said, "Now I see why
Not
you going
today.
through what you going
Now I
through."
see.
Bye, cause I don't got time. You get yourself
Right.
together and you come.
I'm just
you
trying
come
to take
beg
you
me.
Listen.
Cause that's what she did. She came at that brother's place of work and laid it all out.
Oh, she did. She
She
did. With the little dress and the look at the mess.
Look
but
at
that's
the whole-
all right, because she had just
Look.
came from church.
Listen,
Lord spoke to her.
we was just coming to y'all back with another thing, okay?
Because I had to let you know what I meant as
Yes.
far as being taken care of. Because I don't
I don't
want my
get it twisted.
Right. Be like, oh, well, like, she do it all her. I can't.
No.
But I'm willing.
I'm a movement by myself,
Hey,
hey, but I'm a force when we're together. Mommy, I'm good all by myself, but baby, you make me better.
You make me.
Hey.
Period.
That's what it's giving. All right, now we'll for real see y'all in the next
Okay.
video. Bye.
At first we started out real cool.
Taking me places I ain't never been.
Hey.
But now you're getting
Okay.
comfortable. Ain't doing those things you did no more. You're slowly making
It's
me
her.
pay for things your money should be even with.
Hey.
And now you ask to use my car. Drive it all day and don't fill up the tank. Then you had the audacity to even come and step to me. Ask to hold some money from me until you get your check next
Hey,
week.
you trifling, good for nothing type of brother. Oh, silly me, or haven't I found another? A baller.
Cause that's what it was giving me.
Okay.
That's what
Now
the
that's
girls was giving me.
That's different.
She
though.
said if you can't do it, you a bugaboo. A bugaboo.
I feel like that.
They was going in on the
They
man.
said, if you can't pay my bills, okay, why my automobile?
Why you on my phone?
She said you can't do it, me and you are through. Hello.
So
Waste not my time.